took Oliver outside, and it was very warm. And the information that the Apple Watch gives you is just the current temperature and the high for the day. So I thought, 54 degrees. I'm riding the electric skateboard. And then I thought to look at the actual weather app on my phone. Come 11 o'clock this morning, it is going to be raining the rest of the day. So I'd get there, but I wouldn't get home. I mean, I would, but the skateboard, and camera, computer would all be ruined. So I'm taking my car.
Well, I have not recorded anything since I got back from Canada, and it's like Tuesday, so I've been back for almost a week. That's two reasons, really. A, I was just exhausted and burned out, and B, really that fast food made me feel pretty bad for like 2 days. So I just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling up to it. So instead of just forcing out crappy content, I just didn't record anything. But it's not like I wasn't up to anything. I was actually working all weekend on a project, and I've been very busy.
I spent all weekend painting this floor. Why? There are 2 more sections of that. That is an infinity wall. That will get placed where the brown section is behind me because it needs to be glued to the wall, glued to the floor. Everything else will be painted white. And then I no longer have to use vinyl paper. Also, super, super echoey in here right now. This is what happened. Kind of see the difference. Shiny and dirty. Less shiny and clean. All of this area, I used that buffer with a sanding pad and took about 4 to 4.5 hours and sanded the area behind me. Then 4 coats of paint. It was 3 days, 4 days of work. I started Friday, I did an hour of sanding. Came in Saturday morning, did another 3.5 hours of sanding, cleaned it all up, 1 coat of paint, left. Because that took me like 5 or 6 hours on Saturday. Came back Sunday morning, another coat of paint. Sunday afternoon, another coat of paint. Yesterday at the end of the day, 4th coat of paint. And now it looks pretty smooth. We actually got a guy in here for a quote. A guy wanted like $4,000 to $5,000 just to paint the floor. That wasn't including the installation of the infinity wall, any of the painting of the wall, spackling of the wall, the seams, none of that. Just to paint the floor. $4,000 to $5,000 to paint a floor. That's ridiculous. He was actually going to paint like another 3 feet out from where I stopped, but that's only because the concrete slab of the floor itself ends there, and he was going to use that as his line, but we didn't actually need the floor to go that far back, so there was no reason for me to waste more time sanding, cleaning, and painting that extra 3 foot. So I did to where we would actually need it, and that was like $80 worth of paint. $80. And we bought 1 extra gallon that I did not open, so I have a full gallon for touch-up. And honestly, it's probably less than $80. They were like 36 or 37 bucks a can. So that combined with the rollers, I mean, we're probably like $100 to paint the floor. $100. That's last time I checked, that's less than $4,000 to $5,000. So, yes, I gave up a lot of my weekend, but I kind of like doing projects like this anyway, and that's what I was up to. I was working on that all weekend, so I didn't film it because the sanding was filthy. I did not show you, and if I remember, I will grab a quick clip later on at how dirty it got in there. That entire studio it's got a fine layer of floor on it. All the old paint and the varnish that was on top of it, and probably whatever wax that was on there, like dirt and I luckily remembered to wear a mask because I learned my lesson putting the floor in my house that messing with stuff with sanding and cutting, it makes a lot of dust, and you don't want that stuff inside your body. So yes, I was wearing a face mask for the sanding part, not the painting part. And sidebar, that paint did not smell that bad. So that helped with the final coat because I was able to actually do that at the end of the day yesterday instead of waiting until everyone left for the day to put the last coat on. So 2 thumbs up on my paint job because I am awesome. Now somebody get me a burrito.
And that's why I didn't ride the electric skateboard today. I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but it's actually kind of foggy out there right now, especially over the water. It's just that like really nice low-lying stuff that just hangs there and looks really eerie, like in a nice old horror movie. Hope you caught some of that. But over the weekend, Amy and I took a drive to Honesdale, Pennsylvania, which is probably about an hour drive northeast of us, to see the Paper Caves. And I don't know what got into my head, but I did not bring my camera. I did, however, pull out the potato cam and get a few shots while we were there. So this is the Paper Caves.
Just like a star across my sky, just like an angel off the page, you have appeared to my life. Feel like I'll never be the same. Just like a song in my heart, just like oil on my hands. Only to love you. Still I wonder why it is I don't argue like this with anyone but you. We do it all the time, blowing out my mind. Just like a star, just like an angel, you have appeared. Feel like I'll never be. Just like a song, just like oil, only to love you. Still I wonder, just like a star across my sky, just like an angel off the page, you have appeared to my life. Feel like I'll never be the same. Just like a song in my heart, just like oil on my hands. Only to love you. Still I wonder why it is I don't argue like this with anyone but you. We do it all the time.
The whole drive up, Amy was busting my chops, telling me she was going to do that to the house, and I kept saying, absolutely not. Now, she's still not going to do this to the house. But once I actually saw it in person, it was incredible. All of that is actually pages from books in chicken wire. There's a video, if I can find it, I'll drop a link down below. She formed the chicken wire into the basic shapes she wanted, and then they coated it with some sort of glue or varnish of some sort, rolled the paper up into cones, stuck them in there, and they dried and stuck. Now she made stalactites, stalagmites, holes in the caves, and she made like circles in the way. It's just awesome. That place was so cool. So if you were anywhere near Honesdale, Pennsylvania, definitely take a drive and check that place out. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this rainy, miserable evening because my house smells like wet dog because we did take Oliver for a walk. And he's still a little damp and still a little stinky. So I'm gonna get changed because I smell a little bit like wet dog as well. So that means it's time to change. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.
Blowing out my mind. Just like a star across my sky, just like an angel off the page, you have appeared to my life. Feel like I'll never be the same. Just like a song in my heart, just like oil on my hands.